Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. I finished something yesterday. Oh, that felt so good to finish something. I was having a rough day yesterday. I don't know if I had some sort of a bug or if it was just recovering from some issues over the weekend or if it was just because cold weather has kicked back in. Yeah, it's sweater weather again. Yes, this is the sweater I made back in, was it July? One of Lori's challenges. I made this sweater, and today I was wearing this gold sweater with a hoodie over it. And I took the hoodie over when I got home because I'm inside now. It's supposed to be warmer inside, but it was cold in the house. And I'm like, okay, I had to put a sweater on. So I put this sweater on. This is, okay. This is the one I made back in July, I think. So that's that. So, yes, I finished something. A banana, right? Nope. It's a banana duck and his nose is washing out. There we go. Banana duck. This is from a kit that I got on Amazon. The name looks like COKTME or COK plus ME. I don't know. It was only $5.99 when I got it, and with Prime deals this week, when I looked last night, it was down to $4.99. But this had issues. Yeah, there were issues. What were the issues? Let me count the ways. Oh, I didn't bring the hook. I'll have to, I don't even know what I did with the hook. Oh, I think it's up there. I'll have to put in a picture of the crochet hook that they sent. It was very uncomfortable to use. So they said to use a 3.0 millimeter hook. Excuse me. I couldn't find any in my, how many crochet hooks do I have? Like 50? And I had 2, 2.5, 2.75, 3.25, 3.5. No, 3.0. So I did this with 3.25. And I think the stitches are nice and tight. Can't see the stuffing through. But then it's white. And the stuffing is white. So, you might be seeing the stuffing. I don't know. I think it turned out well with the 3.25. So the hook. Hook was number one. Didn't like the hook. Stuffing was number two. There was this lumpy, bumpy stuffing that I didn't like. On the plus side, I had this much yarn left over. I probably could have made another one. Now, one confusing thing is, there was also a little tiny thing of the bright yellow that I used for the feet. I think since there was, excuse me, since there wasn't much left, I left that up on my chair. But they sent you 3 different shades of yellow. These are 2 different shades. One is more of a golden yellow, and this one is more of an egg yolk yellow. There's no, was I supposed to use both of them? Was I supposed to just stick with one for the whole thing? I ended up using the golden yellow for all of the egg, and I used this really small little thing of regular yellow for the feet and the beak. But it's confusing. I'm going to, if I make another banana duck, now that I got the pattern figured out, I would use worsted weight yarn and an F hook these will go into my kit leftovers bag, and then I make stuff with it, like holding it double, so I can use a bigger hook, because I don't like working with that little stuff. Okay, so it got points off for the hook, it got points off for the stuffing. It's not all that clear, and the directions were just one sheet. There was no indication of where you put the eyes and the nose and how far apart the eyes should be, anything like that. Nope, just put them in. So I sat there with the bag and I was trying to count rows on this picture. So I decided to put them between 9 and 10, which I think turned out okay. There we go. Just at the, nope. I have one light that's pointed differently than I usually do, and I suppose I could get up and move it, but nah. So eyes are between 9 and 10. So I made the duck body, and then I started on the banana body. And this was supposed to go up to 14 rows. Well, if it went up to 14 rows, the banana would be covering his nose. So I only went up to 11. And like the feet down here, I was having problems with the feet. I couldn't figure out what they were saying in their directions. So I watched the video. And the video had 3 rows added that aren't in the directions. Maybe that's why I was having an issue. Then, when I was working on, what was that? Let's see. The banana skin, there's a whole section where all the stitch counts are wrong. Like, you have 9 stitches. You decrease a stitch, and they're saying you still have 9 stitches. And then you work even, and they're still saying you have 9 stitches. Like, no, you've got 8. And then the whole thing was a mess. So I went through with a red pencil and I corrected all that stuff. But there were issues. The pattern was a bit confusing. I wouldn't say it's for a beginner, because I had to go to the video for help for the feet, because I didn't understand what they were getting at. But it was $5.99, and I have enough left over to make another project. So yeah, it's not like I spent $20 on this kit and got garbage. Speaking of $20, I went out today. I was out and about. The cupboards were bare. Definitely had to go grocery shopping. So, and I wanted to drop stuff off at my daughter's house, which is north. While we were down in Pennsylvania, we got a text message or a Facebook message from her saying that she broke her wrist and she was going to need surgery. Ouch, oh no. And the surgery was yesterday. So I had made some homemade tomato soup and I wanted to drop that off. And I had a tote of stuff that my middle daughter was sending. They exchange clothes back and forth. As the middle daughter has kids who are 8, 4.5, and 2. And the local daughter has a daughter who just turned 4. But she is taller than her 4.5-year-old cousin. So items from the oldest cousin go to her, and then they go back to Pennsylvania for the second oldest. So there was a tote to bring back. I wanted to drop that off. And when I was at my craft show on Saturday, I bought her a Get Well plant. So I wanted to drop all that stuff off. As long as I was out in that area, there were a couple of thrift stores. And I was planning on doing all of my shopping in one stop, at one store, so I could stop at a couple of thrift stores. And I stopped at the bank and I made a deposit. Well, the first store I stopped at was a Goodwill. And I went in, I was looking around, and I saw a bag of polyfill. Oh, cool. Let's go check the price on that. $2.99 for an open bag of polyfill. They didn't even tape it shut. Open bag of polyfill, probably 1/3 of it gone. On the front of the bag, there was a little circle with a price. $2.49. So $2.49 minus about a third. They had it priced for $2.99. And then there was one bag of yarn that I found, but it was $5.99, and it had about 4-5 skeins of yarn in it, and it's just like, nah, not buying that. Checked the books, no crochet books, no knit books, nope. So then I went around and down to a Salvation Army. As soon as I walked in, green and blue tags are 50% off. White tags are 99 cents each. Okay. I'm just taking them as they come out of the... These ended up being 50 cents each. They're just... I have some Corelware bowls that I use for serving up stuff at dinner, and half of them have broken. So just those serving bowls for small, like vegetables or rice or something like that for dinner. And these won't break. Okay, I saw this. It's a pretty purple yarn. And I got my readers out and checked the little tag in here. It is acrylic, but look at that. It's like a 1 weight. And you know, I don't work with 1 weight, but I will wind this into a cake, and I can pull from the middle and the outside, and maybe combine it with another yarn and make, or I could wind it into 2 cakes and pull from the middle and the outside of each one, 4-strand it, and I'll have like a worsted weight. And it was only 99 cents. Yeah. And I'm walking around the store. I found myself 2 sweaters. They're in the bottom of the bag. I'll get to those eventually. And I'm like, boy, they didn't have much yarn. I get up to the front register, and there's a basket on the register filled with yarn. Now, the problem was, most of it was wool blends. There was stuff from Knit Picks. There was some nice yarn there, but my eyes just can't take wool. So I got this one for $4.99 for 3 skeins, sort of a brick red. Okay, let's get one out with the label. It is Sylvia Classico, and these were marked $5 each to start with. So it was like buy one get 2 free. It is 100% worsted weight. Um, 100% acrylic. Yes, it is worsted weight. 100 grams. 229 yards. Made in Peru. Itessa. It just has a color number, 3397. It doesn't have, it might be a DK. It might not be worsted weight. But I think it's a good color for cows or dogs. And then, don't you go falling. put my bag up there. This is just plain old, I think it's Red Heart Super Saver. Yeah, it's Red Heart. Oh, Red Heart with Love. But it's just a ball, so it's not a partial. It's not a partial. It is a partial skein. $1.49. Stay. How many times have I said stay to an inanimate object? What, 2, 3, or 5? Oh, I guess that's it for the yarn. Unless there's another one hiding under here. Nope. Just my sweaters now. This one was $5.99 with the pink V-neck. Nice cozy sweater. But this one was half price, so this came out to $3. And this one feels so soft. And it's got a hood. So when I get chilled, I can pull the hood up. Just a baby blue. And this one was $3.99. So that was my thrift store. My thrift store extravaganza for the day. I spent $16 and some change. I got 3 yarn, 2 sweater, 2 wools. I'd say that's a good deal. I mean, if I'd gone to Walmart and gotten sweaters like this, it would have taken up the whole $16. And then I went grocery shopping. I left here at about 10:30. I think I got to the grocery store around 1. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to Wegmans. Wegmans has more gluten-free products than the other stores in the area. Well, I'm going around and I'm picking up this and I'm picking up that. I got gluten-free mixes and I got gluten-free ravioli and I got gluten-free egg rolls. And, oh, there's my husband's favorite bread. And, oh, he said that we needed a case of water. And the bill came to $232. I never spend $232 on food. But then usually I'm like spending $80 here and $80 there. So maybe I do spend that much. But because it's broken up between different stores, I don't realize it. But yeah, spent a lot. I was hungry. I was shopping hungry. I was tired and hungry. So I got home, said, okay, what leftovers are left? My husband's like, there's no leftovers. I finished them all. But there was lunch meat, and I had gluten-free tortillas in the fridge. So I made myself a turkey sandwich. And that was very tasty, or a turkey wrap. Turkey, honey mustard, salad dressing, lettuce, and tomato. So, tasty sandwich for lunch. So I'm going to go make dinner. And then I get to play with yarn. I probably should do some laundry. But I'm thinking I'm going to wind this up into cakes right away, so I can start playing with this. And I'll grab another kit. Probably grab a little kit, so I can cross that off the list too. Because there's some more kits coming on Monday. Because I sort of found some like half price on Amazon and got those. Okay. Bye-bye.